Hello and welcome to another episode. Today we are once again looking at our project Cheapbolt. We put new rims and tires on it, these J Concept Scorpios, and these knockoff method wheels. In that video, some of you sharp-eyed viewers may have noticed this logo on the hood. That's right, that's the Holmes Hobbies logo. In that episode, we did not have the unit in the truck yet, but I just couldn't wait to put the sticker on it. That's right, we are doing a power upgrade. This kind of steps outside the do it cheap realm. The reason being for that is we decided this season it's time to go brushless. To go brushless, it isn't really cheap to do that. Well, I mean, I guess you can go cheap. If you go with like a non-censored setup, pick it up for about $100, throw it in. But to crawl right, you need a good censored setup and you need a quality setup. So for a quality setup, I turned to Holmes Hobbies and they hooked me up. Here's what I got. To control the new brushless power plant, I went with the Mamba Micro X from Castle Creations. It is waterproof, which is nice because I do have a bad habit of finding water. And one thing I like about this is its tiny footprint. And there she is. Nice small footprint. Easy to mount about anywhere. And once you start throwing inner fenders and BECs and everything else you need in these trucks, space starts to become a premium. So, nice small footprint there. And that speed controller will be controlling this. Holmes Hobbies Polar Pro 540S Stubby. It's a 2200 kV motor. This little guy should be able to more than get the job done. There she is. I went ahead and paid the extra to get it waterproof because, like I said, I like water. And she is censored. The upside to getting the motor and speed controller together from Holmes Hobbies is they include the correct sensor wire for the motor and speed controller. Also in this box, you will find the correct bullet ends to mate the motor up to the speed controller. Nice touch there. You can get these ends soldered on by Holmes. They'll solder these on for you as well as battery connectors. I got mine unsoldered because it gives me a chance to try out my new soldering iron. Now to go along with this added power, we have to upgrade a weak point in the SCX10s, and that is in the transmission. So I have a set of these hot racing gears to go in there. These are the lightweight Super Duty steel gear set for the SCX10. The reason I went with these is the general consensus is that the hot racing gears are better than the more expensive brands out there, metal gears, or at least if not better, just as good. So these should hold up to any of the abuse that I can throw at them. And like I said, we'll eliminate that weak point. Even if you're not going brushless, this is an upgrade worth doing. Whenever you swap these gears out though, it is important to use a good quality grease on them. And I'm going to be using this marine grease. This is a good waterproof grease. Will keep everything lubed. This is also good for the axles. Mine is just in this little baby food style container because it comes in a giant tube, more than I would ever use in a lifetime, I think. So I just scraped some into this and gave the rest away. So like I said, I use this on the axles and gears, everything you want to keep well lubricated and keep water away from. What we'll do is move this body out of the way. Is we will move the speed controller, the stock AE5, and get rid of that RcCrawler 45 turn motor. And we'll place the stubby in its place and mount the Mamba Micro X back in that same location right there. Should be a pretty straightforward installation. Nothing crazy to watch out for. I just got to wire my BEC up to the new speed controller. And I may also be adding a light bar this time too, or at least the connectors for it. If it comes in time, I will add it. If not, I'll add it once it comes in the mail. So now just get the tools out and get this installed. We'll do a little fade away and then we come back. It'll all be finished. Welcome back. We now have the brushless setup installed in the deadbolt. Let's take a look at it here. I have the Mamba Micro X mounted down here on the slider, on this RPM slider. I originally had my speed controller mounted back here, but with the sensor wire from the motor, it would not reach back there, so I mounted it down here on the slider. I made me a little mounting plate out of some styrene, and it holds it nicely and fits inside the body. The on-off switch, which I'll never use, is here on the slider as well. Okay, I put a Dean's end on the power leads coming out of the Mamba Micro X. If you notice, there's also some other wires coming out of this lead. They go to another set of leads here that lead to the winch controller and the Castle BEC that's buried down in here, mounted onto the plate that originally had the speed controller on it. They are both covered in liquid electrical tape to make them waterproof, because I do like the water. I can't stress that enough. Here you see the plug for the Castle Mabmba Micro X. You notice that since I'm running a BEC, it does have the red wire removed. And it's taped back here against the wire here to keep it safe, as well as the extra white lead that you can use to change settings while in motion with an auxiliary channel. I don't have the auxiliary channel available to me, so this taped it back to keep it out of the way. Yes, there's a lot of wires here, but they're kind of necessary. I run a Traxxas waterproof receiver box, and so I don't have to crack this box open, because even though it is waterproof, I also have all the seals coated in a little bit of grease to help keep water out even farther. I run some short servo extensions, so everything plugs in out here. So it's a nice way to help keep water out, that way I don't have to ever crack it open. Here we see the Holmes Polar Pro 540. And the wires coming around to the speed controller for it, as well as the sensor wire. Flip the truck over here. As you can see, this stubby little motor fits up in there quite nicely. Another advantage of the Mamba Micro X, as well as the Castle BEC that I like, is that both of these are programmable through a Castle link. Now, my Mamba Micro X came with a coupon that I entered onto their website and got a free Castle link. It does not come with a USB cord, but I did get the free Castle link, received it within less than 7 days of the time I entered it into their website. So that's a good thing, and like I said, you can adjust pretty much everything in there. Handy little tuning tool to have. I am still running the stock gearing here. I want to give it a try there and start with that. We'll progress from there as needed. This transmission, I took it completely apart. It now has all metal gears inside, and it also has, everything's been coated with marine grease. Next step here is I do want to upgrade this to a metal case transmission, which I will do that whenever I upgrade the drive shafts. The next step is to take this out on the trails, give it a good hard shakedown, and see how this power combo does. So let me charge up a battery and we'll be good to go. And there you have it. Our project Cheapbolt is now Holmes Hobbies powered. I guess instead of saying powered by Ford here on the fender, I guess it should say powered by Holmes and Castle. This is quite an extensive upgrade here. A big power change over the standard brushed motor that this truck had in it. So a lot more power, a lot more torque, a lot more fun, a lot more breaking parts, I guess. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future updates or videos. And hit that like button. Well, happy RCing.